full-time here at the Sydney Sports Ground, and Northern Suburbs has won the 1964 Rugby Premiership.
Norths were the beneficiary of some very, very good footballers like Phelps and Thorne. Probably were the architects of their golden era.
They're up there in the highest bracket of the best players I ever saw.
I like to play to be mobile, and I played 5'8", outside and inside centre, on the wing and fullback.
Rob Hemming, he said, I went to tackle him, he reached out and grabbed my sweater at about chest high and kept running.
Northern Suburbs first grade premiers, 1960.
The very first game we played was at North Sydney Oval, and we played Gordon. Well, in the first half, Kenny Yans, who was playing for Gordon, tackled me late about, I don't know how many times. He whacked me a few times.
And of course, all I could do was put my arm out to stop him, and it just sort of, he ran into it about chin high most of the time. So it wasn't really my fault.
We had a young bloke came in there towards the end of the season, Roy Prosser. Now, Roy was straight out of school, playing first grade prop.
After winning the Shield and Club Championship in 1960, Norths had a talented pool of youngsters coming through the club.
That's Moore, number 7. Town, the 5'8".
You know, it was almost like a Catchpole-Hawthorn combination, those two.
We had a great pack of forwards. It was always good ball. You didn't get rubbish, and the front rows were Les Austin and Roy Prosser. Jim Cross, so you had an international front row.
All right, this is the match report which appeared in the Sun Herald on the 15th of September 1963.
I do recall being down 9-8 and thinking, we can't live with this disaster, I'm going to have to stir these blokes up a bit.
Well, this must be a good thing, but I ran, 80 yards on the sports ground, yes. Scored under the post.
And he wondered who was behind him breathing so heavily, and it was himself.
In 1964, Northern Suburbs were the powerhouse side of the district competition in all grades.
Some tough men in these two packs of forwards. We see 3 Wallaby forwards there. Northern Suburbs have John Thornett and Les Austin in the front row.
Oh, it was a wonderful game. It wasn't an easy win, but it was a great game to play. University, we completely dominated them.
Season 1965 again saw Northern Suburbs rise to great heights, with 3 sides making the grand finals. Thornett's team were runners-up to Randwick, who were on the cusp of a new all-conquering reign, led by the little wizard, Ken Catchpole. While Thornett and Catchpole were rival captains in Shield rugby, on the world stage they were carving a triumphant path for Australian rugby.
What's that again?
You're the oldest Wallaby at Norths.
Am I? I suppose I would have to be. You didn't have to worry about money at all. In New Zealand, if you wanted a drink, you got one.
This is a hat I was given when I represented or got picked to go to South Africa.
Les came up against the legendary strength of prop Andy McDonald, who once strangled a lion with his bare hands.
It's a good story for the press. I'm not too sure it really happened.
You know, it was an experience that you could not ever replicate. To be able to play for your country, tour the world, every country in the British Isles, France and Canada, 4.5 months. We were treated extremely well. We were paid 10 shillings a day. But the comradeship amongst that 32 group of people lasts to this day.
And I've ever said it was a marvellous, the biggest ovation I've ever heard from a crowd, and it was the Welsh crowd at Cardiff. And they stood and clapped the whole team. It was quite.
And they sang "You All Sing Matilda," and that was the end of
until the end of the game. It was a marvellous concert.